D-Wade talk about how competing against one of the best players of all time, motivate him, inspire him. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of Double Coverage with the McCourty twins. Myself, Jason McCourty, alongside my co-host, Devin McCourty. As always, we always open up with, you can catch us on iTunes or YouTube. Mama, we made it. All you have to do is just search Double Coverage with the McCourty twins.
Do we need to document, like, we didn't do anything for our 10th episode? Like, we should have made a big deal. Should we do 15 or 20?
What episode is this?
I think 12.
Wow.
20 or 15?
I guess 20, longevity.
20. So for our 20th episode.
I was listening to the Breakfast Club today. They've been on for 8 years.
Yeah, I heard that. But that has nothing to do with us. We've been on for 12 episodes.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You can strive for that type of longevity.
But I'm
Duran
saying,
and them in New York. Think about how long they've been on.
I don't know.
The bus driver used to play that in high school.
So we got to come up with some ideas for our 20th episode. Like some type of party atmosphere or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Sounds amazing. As always, keep up with us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All you have to do is at McCourty Twins. Quick shout out to our partners here at Double Coverage, Boston Medical Center and the Embrace Kids Foundation. As you guys all know, we've come together to tackle the sickle cell disease. All you have to do is visit tacklesicklecell.org for any information, donate, whatever it is, upcoming events. Go check it out. So. Introduction.
You sound really legit when you go through all of that.
I mean, it's
like all the promos and stuff. You sound legit.
It's written in front of me. So
I'm just saying, not everyone can kill it like that. So.
Yeah, you struggle to read and talk at the same time.
Much praise to you. I mean, you're not reading. You're more making up as you go. And
it's called ad-libbing.
This is the 12th time, so you should be good. But I'm just saying, try and give some credit. Yeah, take the credit.
I guess we're trying to avoid talking about the game, huh?
I mean, it is what it is.
You win some, you lose some.
Lost the last 5 out of 6 the last time in Miami, so
sucks.
Not that good. Hard fought game, though, competitive divisional game. One of those games where you don't finish, but you did enough to win, and when you don't finish, you lose. So, I think a lesson learned for the team.
Yeah.
As far as you get to see, I think the cool thing is hearing Slate after every game. Slate always talks and uses different keywords, and he's used it before this year talking about character. And I think playing in a game like that either shows your true character or helps build your good character. So I think we got some good guys on this team that'll get to work this week and try to move forward and do what we have to do. The season's still in front of us. Obviously, you can't say it's a long season because we're towards the end of the season, but I think we still have some good things in front of us lined up. And we just got to play better, got to execute for 60 minutes, what you saw on Sunday. When you don't,
exactly.
You leave the margin of error.
Yeah, and like you said, the key thing is moving on to the next week and not letting the prior week impact your next and the upcoming week. And a game like that, I know for myself, like I ain't watch any football Sunday. Didn't want to watch the game Sunday night, Monday night. Didn't check any scores. I was just over football for the day. But you come back on Monday, you go over it. By Tuesday, you feel like a brand new person. You're watching film on the next opponent, and you're getting ready. So, got Pittsburgh on the road, conference game.
Like they say, if you like football, this is where you'll want to be Sunday at 4.
And if you don't show up.
No, I don't really go with the don't thing. I just go with the if you like. Because most of the people I'm around like football.
Well, you think they do.
Most do.
I agree. Anywho,
now let's get happy and joyful. Now
topic at hand. So we
moved on past that.
We went to breakfast this morning, me and Dev, the wives, to discuss our upcoming, I guess, off-season endeavors. Plan to head out to Puerto Rico, host a football clinic. So we met with
Waymarks.
Yes, this morning to discuss that and go over itineraries. You know, all the
logistics.
Logistics of figuring that whole thing out. And for you guys that don't know, my wife is Puerto Rican, so a very awesome opportunity to go down there, especially with everything the island's gone through in this past year, to do a football clinic for a Pee Wee League out there and have some fun and talk football.
In San Juan, too.
Yes, in San Juan, yes. But in the midst of all this conversation, somehow the topic of pedicures came up. And I was well versed. Just got a pedicure last week.
Well, he was well versed in more manicures, which I'm not. I'm not a fan of manicures.
The topic at hand is it okay for guys to get pedicures?
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. So I was explaining that as football players, athletes, whatever it is you do, your feet get beat up, calluses, all type of stuff. On a Tuesday afternoon or off day, you go get you a pedicure. Take your wife if you want. If not, take your iPad, watch some film, listen to some music, whatever gets you through.
Even if you're not an athlete, you don't need a date to go to get a pedicure.
No, take a nap during it. Relax.
If you're single out here, women like if you come over and they have a no shoes policy at the house. If it's summertime and you got on your fresh kicks that you went no socks, or if you go out on formal dinner
or something.
Yeah, or you go formal dinner, you put on your nice shoes, no socks, a little high length in the pants. You know, that nice little fold looks great down there. You know what I'm saying? You go there and you take off your shoes and it's like, ooh, you don't want that. You know
I don't have that problem.
And so, I think guys, we got to get over it. It's 2018. Like having decent looking feet.
How often do you go?
I've been struggling this year.
Struggling. Too many kids.
I haven't gone once. Struggling.
I went last week for the first time in a while.
Feet hurting. Feet feel terrible.
Yeah, I had to tip her well. So it was
rough.
I know it had to be a process.
Tough sledding in there for her, huh?
Yeah, you know when they're filing them and they get over that callus area. I know in her mind she was like, ooh, you know, let's go ahead and get the razor for this thing.
Well, if you haven't been prepared though. Sometimes you go in there, you sit in the chair.
They're talking about you.
And you put your feet in the water, and then they sit down, they pull your feet out, and they start talking to the person next to them. And if you don't understand wherever you're at and whatever language you're speaking, if it's not your language, they talking about you. Might not be looking at you, but they talking about you.
As long as we all smiling, I'm good.
I've gone plenty of times.
And I get good service.
When I take off my socks, I know they talking, but it's okay.
The manicure part you're talking about. So I got my pedicure last week, and the lady that was talking to me, she was explaining to me the whole process of what.
Well, let us know. Fill us in on the process of manicures.
What goes into it, and how they have this new dip, and how acrylic is not healthy. So
which ones you go with?
So I don't do that stuff. So when we were out for breakfast, they were asking, and I had information. Trivial information to me, but it was information that I processed, so I felt the need to give it back.
So you passed it on.
So
is it safe
enlighten somebody else?
Is it safe to say someone's walking away with your knowledge of the whole manicure game?
With more of an enlightenment on
But are they going to change what they do because of the information?
If they don't change, they're going to ask questions, and it will be a process.
Because of you.
Because of me. Now, when I go and I get my pedicure.
Let's give this man a round of applause.
When I go and get my pedicure, I don't do color. I don't do the buff part. I don't want no shine or anything like that.
You don't even do the buff. The buff is just a quick.
Yeah, but I don't want my nails to shine at all.
It doesn't shine. As soon as you get in the shower, it's like.
I don't want it to shine at all. I want it to look normal, just nice and smooth.
Did you go with the paraffin wax? I think I said that right. Paraffin wax.
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember.
You do remember. It's where they dip your feet in wax. You would know. It's hot.
I did do that.
It's good. It softens the skin. Helps it.
Yeah, I did do that.
I do that sometimes. A lot of guys in the locker room do that for their hands.
Though, man.
They do that for their hands, though. It's supposed to help with the soreness and stuff with fingers. And then you high school players, tell your mom pull out the wax. Let you dip your hands in there.
Yeah, but go get that pedicure. There's guys in the locker room, boy. Rough feet.
That's what we said.
Toes are black.
We said we need to just
nails
go around,
gone.
Take pictures, and say, "Do you know your favorite Patriots' feet?"
Yeah, that may not be. You may get reported on social media though.
I'm just saying, you might know them and think they're good looking, and then show you a picture of their feet.
I'm not gonna believe it. What do you think? Kevin Hart withdraws from the Oscars.
I have no idea really what that is.
What?
I just had a brief in the locker room, briefly talked about it.
So I guess what they call the social media trolls pulled up tweets. I want to say they said the tweets were from 10 years ago, from a while ago, but I don't know what he was watching on TV, but he was tweeting about different things, and he was just using. It was an
award show though, or something,
I believe so. Yeah, derogatory terms towards homosexuals. Obviously, I'm not going to repeat the term, but he was doing so in a series of tweets, and went all the way to talk about his son. If he was playing with his daughter's dollhouse, he would take the dollhouse and hit him over the head with it, so he would understand that is not okay. So according to him, I guess the Academy asked him to either apologize for his tweets or they were going to take him, wasn't going to be the host of the Oscars. So he didn't feel the need to apologize for something from so long ago. He felt like those tweets had already been, like, this was just an old story. Like, why are we giving life to these things that people go on and you're searching my tweets from 10 years ago?
I wonder if he's ever addressed the tweets.
I'm not really sure. I have to look that up. But I saw today his best friend Nick Cannon went on and was researching other people, and it was Amy Schumer, Chelsea Handler, and I think Sarah Silverman was the other one. They all used the same derogatory term over the years on their social media, and obviously all of them have hosted different shows, and he just pulled that up to show all of them comedians in their own right. It's just that people say things, people grow, and I think Sarah Silverman, somebody tweeted her about it, and she was just like, for comedy purposes, I used the term, and at the time, I thought it was okay. Now I don't use the term at all anymore. So it was just like there was growth. She didn't say like, hey, I'm sorry for saying that. It was just like, yeah, like that was dumb. I realized that, but like I've moved on past it. Why are you searching that far back? So Kevin Hart didn't feel the need. I know he eventually withdrew and he issued an apology to the LGBT community just to, understand that he doesn't have any ill feelings towards him. So I'm listening, and it's just like, it's tough. You know what I mean? Because obviously he felt that the term was wrong, the comments were wrong, but at the same time, he didn't want to be held prisoner to someone searching his Twitter from 10 years ago. It's just like, I've moved on. He said, I've grown a lot. People evolve. I don't think the same way I did 10 years ago. So
I think that's interesting because of the simple fact that he actually gave an apology to the people he might have offended. You know what I mean? I think if he gives that apology to keep the job of hosting, then that's not really a sincere apology. He would have just said that to make the Academy happy and then to move forward. So I think it actually, I wouldn't know. I'm speaking, for other people, but I wonder if someone who felt offended felt like he was more genuine for not doing it and then apologizing, rather than if he would have apologized just to host, would they have felt like he really doesn't care? He just did that so he could host. I think that's very interesting. Like I really wonder other people's views on that that might have felt offended by his words, or just people in general.
Yeah, they said the tweets were from between 2009 and 2011. But he said he withdrew because he didn't want, he said that those awards are about people that have done great things over the past year and they're to be celebrated for their accomplishments. He said he didn't want to host it because he didn't want to be the topic of conversation at these award shows, and we're sitting here talking about his tweets from 2009 to 2011. So he just felt like it was, he said hopefully the opportunity comes again. He appreciated them for selecting him the first time, but nah, I'm good. Do y'all thing.
Who did they replace him with?
I have read that they weren't sure if they were going to replace him, but as of right now, I don't think they've replaced him with anyone. So
wait, how were they not sure? Who would they just?
I mean, I'm not.
They're just gonna send.
I'm not a part of the committee.
They're gonna put maybe they'll put a hologram Kevin Hart up there.
I don't know what date it is on, but maybe you should go ahead.
You on a computer? Look at what date it's on.
I mean,
I'm sure the article starts with the date of the Oscars.
I really don't care who's going to host it. So
you brought up this story. You actually added
to talk about the topic in which I brought up. Not just, I didn't say, hey, let's talk about who might possibly replace Kevin Hart.
So are we still Kevin Hart fans?
Yeah, I'm still a Kevin Hart fan. We all make mistakes. I mean, you got to think about when the draft comes up. Who was the quarterback? Was it Josh Allen they talked about this year? They brought tweets up from.
What was he saying?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was.
I remember when we played Atlanta, they brought up.
They were questionable tweets, like to the point I think Tina was like, well, we may have to like say, but it was just like, you're about to be drafted. Think about it, if you're about to be drafted, you're what, 21? They're bringing up tweets from 6, 7 years ago.
You might be 13, 14.
Yeah, and obviously still wrong, but it's just like.
Not on like a negative, but I remember when we played Atlanta, they pulled up Malcolm's tweets from like 2012. Was like, I can't wait to guard Julio.
Yeah,
and I'm like, who went and found Malcolm Butler? Like, who went through his tweets from all the way back then? But I think that is the age we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too when watching the 1985 Bears. Watched the 30 for 30 special 1 year kind of as a defense, and hearing all of those guys talk in their current day, they came and they were given just recapping what happened, and they were like, oh no, we wouldn't have made it in 2018, 2017 with all the social media. They said we believed in going to your city, partying with your people, partying with your girls on Saturday night, and then whooping you on Sunday. They said people had cell phones.
Man, that was partying night before the game.
Man, they said that people had cell phones and could take videos of like what they was doing the night before games and partying. Said there was no shot there.
I mean, them boys had ashtrays in the locker room back in the day.
Yeah, it's a little different. But I just thought that was very interesting for younger generations to kind of realize, what type of world we live in because of technology and all the different advancements we have.
You got to be more careful.
Tony Dungy always says, you got to think before you tweet.
Get off that MyFace,
Insta Snap,
all of that stuff. No good.
The kids nowadays have no idea what MySpace is.
You had your top 8 back in the day.
They don't even know Tom.
You know who was in your top 8? Did you keep Tom in your top 8?
Nah, I don't remember who was in my top 8.
Was I in your top 8?
Probably you.
Let's see if you have a MySpace.
Probably Zebo.
I mean, we don't really care. Right?
I think everybody in New England like Tom. The only Tom they respect is Tom Brady. I can make a rap song, put that in there.
Let's see if you have a MySpace.
It's probably MySpace. There is no MySpace anymore.
Oh, there's not?
I don't think so.
That has to be.
Nah. Look, it's a whole different, what's the name?
I was about to say, if this is
somebody else got that now.
It don't look nothing like what we had.
It was probably bought by somebody, probably Facebook or something. Don't they buy everything?
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
It's not the MySpace you're thinking of.
No.
Type in Tom from MySpace. See what he's doing now.
I don't care what he's doing.
I bet he still has a top 8.
And sadder news.
What?
His death. Rest in peace. You know who?
I saw you write that on the sheet and I didn't know who.
Roger, the famous kangaroo from Australia. Remember the kangaroo? He was a lot more jacked up, a lot bigger than you.
I saw a video on Instagram of a kangaroo kicking somebody.
I don't know about him kicking, but if
that was on Barstool,
if you've seen a kangaroo,
I know the picture, but I thought that was like
that looked like a middle linebacker.
That was from a computer, I thought.
No. Look, as soon as you type in Roger, the first thing on Google that pops up is Roger the kangaroo. Hey, images.
Wait, that's real?
Bro, he looked like Mike Tyson in his prime.
I didn't know that was real.
Yeah.
What did he pass away from?
Natural causes. 12 years old, man. Rest in peace, Rod.
What's the average age of a...
I mean, like, yo, these questions that you come up with.
You can't come out here and say Roger passed away and he was 12 and think people just think like...
It said natural causes, so, I mean...
But, like, the average person doesn't know if 12 years old is old or young for a kangaroo. Like, a kangaroo do years like dog years?
I don't know, but it's sad, man.
Don't worry, I'll find it out. Go to the next topic.
Roger, the buff kangaroo, beloved online, dies at age of 12. You didn't even know who he was. Now you want to learn about kangaroos.
I'm just typing a simple question to Google. Like my man Wilder said, ain't that what y'all like? Go on Google. Don't y'all Google?
Rest in peace, Roger.
Can live up to 8 to 12 years in the wild and up to 20 years in captivity. So was Roger in captivity?
Ain't nobody.
Because he either lived a long life.
Have you looked at him? Ain't nobody keeping him captive.
In the locker room, we were talking about like they eat kangaroo in places. I think they said it was expensive.
So I'm talking about rest in peace, Roger, and you talking about his homies being eaten.
I'm just saying in general. We talked about that one day because Guy threw out.
And happier news. Sitting here with the New England Patriots' own Walter Peyton, Man of the Year.
Nominee.
No. You're still the New England Patriots, Walter Peyton, Man of the Year. But I'm the nominee.
Yes.
Yes.
They nominated me, so I'm a nominee. Don't try to overthink it. It just is what it is. You feel snubbed?
Why?
That you're not the nominee?
No, for some reason, the people here just keep putting you. I guess they're just trying really hard to see if you can win it. Isn't this like the third time you won it?
Third time.
I mean, like, it's time to move on.
Here. There's one. We got to update it. What year is that one? That's 2014, I think.
No. But, I mean, congratulations. Awesome.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Achievement, so.
It's not about me, though.
No, it's not about you.
I do think it's a
little bit about me though. I mean, we did the things that you're being celebrated for. Like I'm a part of them too. So
yeah, that's why I mentioned you.
No, yeah, but I mean, I didn't get a plaque though.
I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
You want to take this over to NFL? Let's call Roger. Call Raj.
Roger passed away, man.
Not the Kangaroo, Goodell.
The only Roger I recognize is Roger the Kangaroo.
Does he have a last name, or we don't know?
I mean, whoever used to take the pictures of him, I guess. I know he didn't have a last name.
I'm just saying.
You growing up, you had a dog.
Are you gonna say something nice about me for the Walter Peyton Man of the Year, other than?
Hold on, let me go on.
Or let's talk about like what's the reason, the spotlight that we wanna bring because of this?
You have to discuss that. I have no idea.
Well, I think the cool thing is being able to bring the different things that we do to the forefront. So that's sickle cell, work with social injustice, doing work in the community as far as holiday times, as far as different tragic events that happen. I still remember speaking at, I don't remember the name, but it was the Coalition for Every Kid Deserves a Bed. And hearing a story of the average homeless person was 10 years old, and being able to donate to them and then speak to them, that was an awesome experience. So all the different things that we've been involved in, I think become, get that direct spotlight right on them when you get nominated for an award like this. So each time I get asked about it, I just try to continue to talk about the things that I feel are very important to help out within the community, and hopefully through that someone else hears it and they want to get out and get involved and give back. So very appreciative of the Walter Peyton Man of the Year nomination. I don't take it lightly. It's very honorable. Getting to hear stories of Walter Peyton and the things he's done, the things he did and the legacy he left behind. Very fortunate to be mentioned with that. So
yeah, tremendous person. So whenever you have an award like this named after you, like you did some pretty incredible things. So reading the quotes different people said about you, man, you're an all right guy. I see you credited your mother with the reason why you give back.
She's all right.
Yeah, the things that she's instilled in you.
She's your mother too.
Yeah, she is your mom.
This is your moment. It's not about me.
Well, it took you 27 minutes after me to come out, so I'm not sure how happy she is with you. I think she still thinks about those 27 minutes. But enough about me. McCourty family, I guess B or 2? What do you call yourself? If we're the McCourty family, you're like McCourty family 2. Something like that. A December to Remember. Do you know what that's from?
Lexus.
Ooh,
commercials they used
big
to
money J-Mac.
Okay. Put the ribbon on the car.
Okay, I got a ribbon over there when I bought my wife, at that point, girlfriend, a new car.
Man,
2011.
This man was buying girlfriends' cars. What a sucker. I would have never did no mess.
We got
like
married.
That. Yeah, of course. You buy me a car, I'm going to marry you too. What the heck wrong with him?
I mean, you dated your wife since you were 19.
Yeah, she's lucky.
Yeah,
many would
say you're a clown.
A December to Remember, man. My little man Caden turned 3 December 8th.
Okay, clap it up for Big K.
Yep. Thank you for the applause. His mother, my wife, turns 21 December 13th.
Okay, clap it up for her turning 21 plus maybe.
Yeah, add another, at least another decade to that.
Sheesh.
Anywho. Also, birthday coming up for my daughter, turning 6. December,
okay, the big six. Let's go.
December 14th, day after her mother's birthday.
Woo!
And then shout out to Jesus, turning a lot older than all of them. Would it be on December 25th? We'll be
Clap it up
celebrating
for him.
Christmas.
Clap it up.
It is a very, very expensive month for me. I'm not too fond of Christmas.
What do you mean? I don't see it as. I would say it's a very loving month for you. You get to celebrate love.
Then my wife always wants to take holiday pictures.
For you, that's what we should have started with.
That's not going to.
That's what we are. Right after this, we are going to do holiday pictures.
Well, I made a negative comment about the holiday pictures earlier.
So his got canceled.
So my wife was just like, I'm tired of going through this. Every year you complain about them. We don't even have to do the picture. So when this episode comes out and she hears that I was talking about it while she was still enraged, she may not be particularly happy with
But we'll
me,
cheer her up when she comes on the holiday special of double coverage.
If she's still around, she may be pissed off.
But I think now that you're talking about it, now you should just go.
I mean, I got to try to find a way to get her to agree back to take the pictures that I don't want to take, but now I have to want to take them so we can take these pictures, because if not, 2 months from now when we've missed this opportunity to take these pictures that we're not going to do anything with, we're not going to make Christmas cards.
That's a lot.
We're not going to send them out, but we're going to go through these agonizing 3 hours to get 3 kids,
let's 6
and under, to take holiday pictures, to not do nothing with them.
Let's all pray that this does not take 3 hours, because I don't have time to do
And
that.
then we plan on taking pajama pictures with Dev and his family. He has 2 kids that are less than 2.
Both under 2. It's a recipe for disaster. That's what we'll call it. Maybe we should bring the camera.
And it's my off day.
We should bring the camera crew with us so they could document it.
We should have did the podcast live from the photo shoot.
How do you think you'll get the photo shoot back on in your household? I say you go and pack up the kids.
I'm a very, very charming guy.
So I don't like your charm in this situation.
I go home and just put that $1 million smile on her.
I don't like it.
Right now I'd smile and you'd hear the bing, when they do on TV and you smile like the cartoons. And it's like bing with the little star from your mouth.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Me neither. I was texting her during the show, but
she responded.
I think she stopped responding. She was just like, "Nah, I'm not mad. Like, we just don't got to do it."
Did you say I want to do it?
Yeah.
But I guess she knows that's a lie. Dang, you guys didn't realize you come on double coverage and give relationship advice.
So if there's anybody out there that wants to counsel me and my phobia towards family pictures,
I just don't get why they got to take so long. Like, if I had little kids, my plan would be, let's do one look, get as many pictures in one thing. On this
episode of Double Coverage with the McCourtys, you callers call in and tell us about your worst family portrait experience. If we ever make it to radio.
Yeah, we don't have that.
We don't have a caller. You could give your number and tweet it, and then people could call in and we could do it, put it on speakerphone.
Maybe next week.
Okay. That's good.
We'll do that next week. Maybe we'll set up a phone line. Maybe we'll give Kev's number out. I don't think Kev's girlfriend will be happy with that.
Not at all.
What's going on in the group chat?
I don't know. I told you.
We got another. All right, we'll skip you. We got another coach that got fired today. Yeah. Coach DeFlippo.
Who was a hot candidate. That's how you say his name.
Yeah,
will probably be a hot candidate for like a head coaching job.
So that's the weird thing in the NFL. For you guys that don't really pay attention or don't know the circles within the NFL, because each team we play, we kind of get the background on like the organization, head coach, all of that.
Which tree he's come from.
So like when you break it down, like almost every coach is connected somehow in like this coaching tree. I would say of like maybe 3 or 4 coaches when you like break it down. And then I think because of like whatever generation or era you're in,
we're in the Andy Reid.
One coach becomes more popular, but like Andy Reid could go back to Walsh, and Bill go back to Parcells, and then I'm sure you could go back to there. But like I think like depending on the era, I feel like almost everyone right now is from either like you said Andy Reid or Bill Belichick,
Tom Coughlin,
and some connection to that. Yes. So the Flippo would be more of the Andy Reid, Doug Peterson from the Doug Peterson, back to Andy Reid kind of thing scenario. But he's been heavily talked about to be interviewed for the next head coaching job of whatever Black Monday teams or whatever that's called. Is it called Black Monday or something?
Yeah, I've been a part of it multiple times. So yeah, it would be referred to as Black Monday. Yes.
So,
you don't know who's going to lead your team meeting, the exit meeting.
But what's always interesting is guys get fired and people are like, oh, he stinks. And then they go somewhere else. I mean, i.e. Bill Belichick gets fired out of Cleveland, comes here, greatest coach of all time. So usually you find out these guys are at one point fired by somebody, you know. But I thought it was very interesting.
The game will humble you.
On the NFL's Instagram post, Marshall Faulk weighed in and quote unquote, he will get a head coaching job or interview. One of us, you need 2 master degrees. You need either a number 1 offense or defense of a Super Bowl contender just to get an interview for the Art Rooney rule. What do you think about that?
As your daughter's upstairs crying, I mean, if you just go off statistics, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of black coaches in the league. The amount of head coaches is far, far, far less. So, I mean, comments like that, I feel like no one says them. No one wants to say them. And for a guy like Marshall Faulk, Hall of Fame player in this league, is involved heavily with the work that he does within the media in this league, to make a comment like that, I mean, that's coming from somebody that knows. Like, he is very much NFL pedigree, goes down as one of the best running backs in our league, and he's been a part of this league for so many years. So I feel like he's somebody that knows the ins and outs of the league from the player standpoint, from a media standpoint, from probably while he was playing being so good that he was probably involved in management to a certain extent of the decisions and the people that were there. So crazy. You know, I guess that's the stuff that you talk about whenever you talk about social injustice, different things of that nature, of just trying to get it more and more equal. And obviously there's DeFlippo is a tremendous coach that has worked his butt off to get to where he's gotten to, obviously now being relieved of his duties. Those comments, I feel like, don't have anything to do with him personally, but just more about trying to give that opportunity to so many people that are, so many other people that are as well deserving.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense. I think you're already starting with a great difference of equality because of the Art Rooney rule.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
obviously there was already an issue for a rule to be implemented, and I think because of that, when a rule gets kind of implemented, I think people first think of hit the rule. Like, I need to do X amount, or I need to do whatever I need to do to make sure I'm in this rule and I don't get in trouble. But I don't think the rule automatically opens people's eyes to saying, let me find the best qualified guy no matter where he's come from. Let me just go off resume, you know. And obviously you have to think about what the guy is as a person and all that. I'm not saying you take that out. But I think obviously there's been progress because of the rule, because it was worse before the rule. But I think the league still is going to have a while to go before people don't think of hiring African-American coaches or different minority coaches as just a rule. Like, you have to I don't think you can do that and still call it an even playing field or anything like that. And I would say, you look at some of the African-American coaches, Marshall Faulk might be right. They might have to be highly qualified to even get consideration. But that's not always the thing when in coaching. Like, usually if you have a friend or you know someone, you get in sometimes without even having the necessary resume to be, I guess, considered qualified for that position. But someone takes kind of a leap of faith on you and you end up a coach, head coach, D-coordinator, like whatever type of coach it is. But it's very interesting to see. You know, I think especially when you look at the amount of minorities that play football as players and then get into coaching, I wonder. It's just a very interesting topic.
Yeah, definitely. One that's not going to get situated or figured out right at this instant. So obviously, with attention being paid to it, I think it's something that can
I think God should continue to talk about that. That should continue to be a topic of how you do get more minority head coaches, not just assistant coaches, but more of them involved and as head coaches.
No doubt about it. Maybe you can You'll retire.
No interest in being a head coach in the NFL. Zero interest.
Well, there you go.
Head coach, assistant coach.
Well, there you go.
Anything. So maybe it'll be you.
LeBron James and Dwayne.
One last dance is
that?
what it's been called.
What does that mean?
That's what D-Wade has kind of.
I don't know what's going on. What happened with LeBron and D-Wade?
It's kind of. I mean, read it. One last time. They played each other last night.
Who won?
The Lakers won by 3. But I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of up in the air about the whole victory tour thing and all of that. But I thought that was a pretty special moment last night of seeing 2 guys drafted the same year, close friends, obviously, kind of battle one last time. And obviously, D-Wade's not the player he was. LeBron is very rare, so he's like better than the player he was at that point.